Good morning. I'm sitting here drinking my coffee. It is 6:30 a.m. and I'm kind of slow moving this morning. Maybe I needed more coffee. I still have a little bit left. I'm going to get the bag of water I have right there with the 2 liters and try to marry it all into my bottles. I should have enough room now. If not, I'll drink a little more before we head out. That way I don't have the big bag on top. And since we went further last night, we only have like 16 miles till water today. So 4 liters is plenty for that. I've packed extra snacks in my fanny pack today, and I'm going to try to reorganize this food a little bit to compress it down, because I had that extra bag of snacks outside of my food bag when I started. So hopefully in the next 30 minutes or so, I will get my act together and get to walking. But until then, my act's not together. I got all my water transferred from the bag to the bottles. I got all 4 liters full, but it is a slow process. Hammer's still struggling with his. Both of our filters have just kind of crapped out. We're pretty sure we can get new ones in Kennedy Meadows. Hopefully they're not sold out, because everybody's doing that. There weren't any to be had in the last town. I don't think there's going to be in this next town. I've considered trying to figure out where we're going to stay or getting an address there and shipping one there, but we have no cell service. And because Fireball was messaging me the other day in this same stretch on her Garmin, she had no service up ahead, so I'm not sure if that's going to be an option. But if it becomes an option and we know we can come up with an address in the town that we can send something, I'm probably going to order a new filter. So I don't know how that's going to play out. I do know that I have to start walking here shortly, though, so it's been a great morning. And one thing I don't think I told you all, after I closed it out last night, we were about to go to sleep, and Hammer realized he had bugs crawling all over him. So in a little bit of a funny tizzy, it was funny to me, I don't know about to him, he jumped up and put his tent up instead of cowboy camp. So I don't know. He's not convincing me to become a cowboy camper. I think my 3 or 4 times maybe. I'm sure I'll do it again at some point. It's just, I love my tent. It is 20 after 7 and I'm walking, so a little later than normal. There's quite a few pretty cool campsites just in these trees around here. I think Hammer and I are the last ones out. We couldn't see anybody from where we were, but they were all close. Lucky and Babu, I think, were the closest. I heard them talking. They left just not too long before us. I don't know about the others when they left out. So I don't think we have any significant climbs or anything for a while. I'm hoping, based on the elevation profile, that at least for a little while this morning, we can just kind of amble along and enjoy the trek. So hopefully that holds true. This guy is about 6 feet from me, maybe. This is the trail. They've had quite a few sections today that are just really overgrown, and it's hard to keep much of a momentum because you can kind of see the trail in some places. You can use your poles to kind of part all the grass from the sides. However, when it's thick, it's really just kind of hard to figure out where you're going. It's kind of like walking in like murky water that's like knee to thigh deep. you kind of got to feel your way to see if the bottom's smooth or if there's rocks or divots in the ground or whatever. So it just is really slowing me down on these sections. The good news is it's not really steep. Had a lot of small ups and downs, but it's just another one of those things. Not a horrible thing, just a speed bump in the road. There has been a bear sighted near the trail in this section several times in the last few days. So I'm trying to go fairly slow and look, because I sure would like to see it. It's a little afternoon, it's lunchtime. We've done a little over 10 miles, and I got a riddle for you. I stopped this morning and I put a Band-Aid on my pinky toe. The trash from the Band-Aid wrapper was in my trash bag. I stopped here to take my socks off because my toe was still hurting. There was no Band-Aid on my toe, and there was no Band-Aid inside the sock. Where's the Band-Aid? This isn't one of those riddles like where I know the answer and can tell you if you're right or wrong. This is one that I'm perplexed. No idea what happened to the Band-Aid. I reckon the lunch break is over and it's about time to start walking, but man, I'm tired. Hammer said he was real tired too. We both laid down here for a minute in the sun, but I think the sun was zapping the energy back out of me more. So I guess we'll go walk for a little while longer. Maybe it'll energize us. Climbing through, up, over, and around blowdowns for a bit now. Actually, I don't know how I'm going to do this one. It's going to get tricky. If you go to this side, it's like almost stepped. Yeah. That was easy. The last comment that I saw about the bear sighting was at 599.9. We just passed that, so I don't think we're going to see any bears. But that means we're at 600 miles. So far, we've only found this pile of sticks that only vaguely looks like a 600. So hopefully there's a better sign up here, or maybe. It's hard to believe we're at 600 already. We're to the point where, we're doing another 100 miles every week or so, and sometimes less than a week. I think this is supposed to be a 600 in rocks, but it's also kind of hard to tell. But yeah, 600, that means we have 2,050 to go. So I'm ready to get it going and get them done. Sitting here on the edge of the trail, finally got cell service for the first time in 2 days, I guess. Turned my phone on and had a voicemail from Fireball saying, "I don't like these mountains, I don't like this wind, I'm really tired of all this." She was joking, meaning the wind and all. I called her and she answered the phone. She had hitched, she was with the trail angel. Her and some other girl are going rafting. So some kind of spontaneous thing came up. She's going rafting. She said she thinks now she may not be going home for the wedding, and she is just going to wait for us at Kennedy Meadows until we get there. And then she said, "We'll get to Kennedy Meadows sooner." Like, hold on, we've been stalling so we can meet you, and now you want us to switch. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I think we'll be back with her in probably about less than a week, I would think. Today has been a really weird day. I woke up at 5:30, and usually I'm ready to get up when I wake up. I was not. I actually went back to sleep. I have felt tired all day. Hammer has also been tired all day. We have taken a lot of breaks, a lot more breaks than normal. Right now I think I'm at 17 point something. We've still been grinding out, but it's been tough. So the hot tub in town was great for my body, but it took off the calluses or softened them on my feet. So I have blisters on both pinky toes. Usually what I will do is drain them at night and put Band-Aids on them the next day, and they're fine. But I drained them at lunch and put Band-Aids on them, and they're hurting pretty bad. So Hammer is behind me a little ways. I'm not so sure how far. He may be back there a ways, because when we stopped, I started walking. He was still taking a break several miles back. He was maybe going to stop at that other water source. I had enough to get to the next one, and I didn't want to get water before I'd do that last climb. So there is a water source in 0.6, and then a campsite like in another 0.3 past that. So I'm going to get to that campsite and just wait and see what time it is when Hammer gets there and see how he feels. And we may just stop there. That'll only be a little over 18 for the day. We usually try to do around 20 each day, but that's okay if we go a little bit short. We were a little bit over yesterday because it's already like 5:30. We didn't get to camp till 7. We were still eating dinner. It was starting to get dark last night. So I don't know. I'm going to get up here. Like I said, I got water and then that campsite in about a mile, and I'm just going to wait there. Speaking of a weird day, this is the first time I have seen or walked through like a swampy area on the PCT. There's water all back there too, glistening. It is 6:30 p.m. and as you can tell, I am in my tent. Hammer caught up with me at that water that I was filling up at, and I said he had just filled up before that, like I thought, and he started looking at his phone. I said, well, there's a campsite in 0.3 or like 2 miles. He looked at me and said, dude, I'm about done. So we came up to this campsite, and I was a little surprised. Actually, the other 3 people that were where we were last night were already here. So I don't know, maybe everybody had a hard day today. It didn't seem like it should have been that hard, but I don't know. My blister on my right foot was way bigger again. I re-drained it. I'm gonna leave it open all night, and I'll put some Band-Aids on it again tomorrow, and it'll callus back up eventually. But I'm pretty much all set up here, and I am ready to cook some dinner. I'm getting hungry. Hammer and I just had dinner, and I am in my tent. I'm gonna massage my feet a little bit and edit some videos, and I am going to bed. It's been a day, and I'm ready for some sleep. So have a good night, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow.